I woke up before the sun today, couldn't really tell you why. The room was quiet, nothing changed, but something felt different inside. I made coffee I didn't need, stood outside in the cold, watched the city wake itself while I tried to let things go. Maybe healing isn't something you can see. Maybe it just happens quietly. And the light came slowly, like it always does. No big revelation, no voice from above. Just another morning and a road in front of me. For the first time in a long while, it felt like enough for me. I used to think I needed answers, needed every step laid out. Now I'm learning how to trust the spaces filled with doubt. There's a crack across my old guitar, a stain upon my sleeve. 100 things I'd like to change, a few I'll always keep. Maybe moving on is smaller than it seems. Maybe it begins with simple things. And the light came slowly, like it always does. No big revelation, no voice from above. Just another morning and a road in front of me. For the first time in a long while, it felt like enough for me. I don't need the world to open up. I don't need to have it figured out. If today is all I've got, then today is where I'll start. And the light came slowly across the empty sky, not asking me for anything, not telling me why. Just another morning, but somehow I could see the person I've been looking for was always part of me. The day begins, the air feels new. I take a breath and walk into it. We're somewhere between. I took a train I didn't need, just to watch the towns go by. Different faces, different streets, same questions on my mind. I thought I'd know more by now, thought I'd have a clearer view. But every answer that I found only led me somewhere new. I used to rush through everything, afraid I'd fall behind. Now I'm learning how to sit with the silence sometimes. The days don't always make much sense. The nights can feel too long, but maybe not knowing where you're going doesn't mean you're going wrong. We're somewhere between who we were and who we'll be. Somewhere between the doubt and the belief. No map in our hands, no promise underneath. Just one more step, and that's enough for now. We're somewhere between. There's a notebook in my bag, half the pages still are blank. Maybe that's what scares me most. Maybe that's what I should think. The future isn't waiting there like a place that we arrive. Maybe it's built little by little while we're living our lives. We're somewhere between who we were and who we'll be. Somewhere between the doubt and the belief. No map in our hands, no promise underneath. Just one more step, and that's enough for now. We're somewhere between. We don't need all the answers tonight. We don't need everything to feel right. The road keeps moving underneath our feet, and maybe that's all we need. We're somewhere between the endings and beginnings. Somewhere between the losing and the living. No map in our hands, no promise underneath. Just one more step, and that's enough for now. We're somewhere between. I still remember the gas station somewhere off a highway line. You asked me where I was headed. I laughed and said, I'm still deciding. We talked about nothing special, the weather, music, passing time. Then the light turned green beside us, and you disappeared into the night. Some people stay, some people don't. Most of them leave before we know. Maybe that's how it goes. Maybe we're all just passing through. A few shared moments, a different view. Like headlights fading into the blue. Maybe we're all just passing through. There's a photograph inside my bag. I don't remember who took it now. Just a blurry summer evening and a crowd I can't name somehow. I used to hold on to everything, afraid to let the memories move. Now I'm learning that some stories were never mine to keep. Some roads cross, then drift apart, still leave a mark upon the heart. Maybe that's how it goes. Maybe we're all just passing through. A few shared moments, a different view. Like headlights fading into the blue. just passing through. I don't think every goodbye needs a reason. I don't think every ending means we lose. Some people arrive for only a season and leave behind something true. Maybe that's how it goes. Maybe we're all just passing through. A quiet conversation, a borrowed truth, like morning fog that slowly moves. Maybe we're all just passing through. Still walks with me sometimes. There's an old train ticket folded in my wallet still. I don't remember where it took me, only how the window felt. The towns have faded from my memory. The names are harder now to read, but every crease reminds me of someone I used to be. Funny how the smallest things outlive entire years. We leave so much behind, still somehow carry it home. The things we keep, the things we don't. The things we don't. A photograph, a midnight drive, a voice I haven't heard in a long, long time. The things we keep stay quietly alive. There's a coffee stain on a notebook from a winter years ago. Most of the words are unreadable now, but I can't let it go. Not because the pages matter, not because they're hard to lose, but because they hold a version of a life I once moved through. Some memories grow softer, some never really do. So much behind, still somehow carry it home. The things we keep, the things we don't. A faded map, a borrowed coat, a promise hanging somewhere between hope and smoke. The things we keep are stories we outgrow. Stories we outgrow. Maybe we're not meant to hold on forever. Maybe letting go is part of the view. But every road I've taken leaves something behind, and every mile ahead carries something too. We leave so much behind, still somehow carry it home. The things we keep, the things we done, the people gone, the years we've known, like echoes in the distance, calling softly through. The things we keep a piece of us too. And when I open old drawers on quiet afternoons, I find little reminders of the roads that led me here. I woke up before the sunrise in a town I couldn't name. Coffee steaming by the roadside, watching trucks roll through the rain. I've been chasing different skylines, trying on 100 views, but every road I wandered down somehow led me back to you. Not every answer comes at once, some arrive slow and quiet. I can see home in the distance, like a light beyond the trees. Still 1,000 miles between us, but it's closer than it seems. I've been running toward tomorrow, trying hard to figure out, maybe home was never somewhere, maybe home is what I found. There were nights beneath strange ceilings, cities glowing cold and bright. I thought freedom meant forever, keeping every door in sight. But the older that I'm getting, the less I need to prove. Somewhere in the noise and motion, I remembered what was true. Not every lesson leaves a scar, some just soften what we carry. I can see home in the distance, like a light beyond the tree. Still 1,000 miles between us, but it's closer than it seems. I've been running toward tomorrow, trying hard to figure out, maybe home was never somewhere, maybe home is what I found. If I never reach the front porch, if the road keeps bending west, if the map remains unfinished and the questions stay unchecked, I think I'd still keep walking toward that feeling in my chest. Because some things don't need directions to know where they belong. I can see home in the distance, like the morning through the fog. Like an old familiar melody I've been humming all along. I've been searching every horizon for a place to settle down. Maybe home was never waiting, maybe home is with me now. The sun is climbing slowly above the fields of gold. For the first time in a long while, I don't feel so far from home. Drove back through the valley, past the diner by the creek. The The sign was hanging crooked, like it hadn't changed in weeks. The church beside the crossroads still leaned into the wind. Everything looked familiar until I stepped back in. Funny how a place can stay exactly where you left it and still feel different somehow. These old roads know my name, but they don't know who I've become. The miles still wind the same. Beneath the morning sun, I spent years trying to leave and years trying to return. Now I'm standing where I started, and there's nothing left to prove. These old roads stayed the same. Only I am someone new. I walked down by the river where we used to skip the stones. The water kept on moving like it always had before. I thought I'd find the answers waiting where I left them all, but time had carried pieces far beyond the waterfall. Some things are meant to stay, some things are meant to change. These old roads know my name, but they don't know who I've become. The miles still wind the same. Beneath the morning sun, I spent years trying to leave and years trying to return. Now I'm standing where I started, and there's nothing left to prove. These old roads stay the same. Only I am someone new. Maybe growing up is learning not to chase the person you once were through every familiar place. Maybe healing looks a little less like finding and a little more like letting go. These old roads know my name, but they don't know who I've become. The fields still wear the colors of the summers I came from. I've stopped searching for the boy who disappeared somewhere back then, because the man who's standing here has finally made his peace. These old roads stay the same, and somehow that was enough for me. The sun was setting slowly beyond the western hill, and for the first time in a long while, I didn't need to keep moving. The storm moved east this morning, leaving silver on the leaves. The fields were still half sleeping, wrapped in quiet memories. I stood beside the river, watching shadows drift away. For the first time in a long while, I didn't need them to stay. Some things fade, some things remain. The sky keeps changing just the same. can finally breathe again. The clouds that followed me for miles are breaking in the wind. I thought I'd lost the light somewhere between then and now, but it was waiting all along above the northern sky. Above the northern sky. There were years I spent believing every ending meant goodbye. Every road that led away took a piece of me in time. Now I see the empty spaces weren't as empty as they seem. Sometimes hope arrives so quietly you mistake it for a dream. The dawn is slow, but it still comes, even after the darkest months. Under the northern sky, I can finally breathe again. The clouds that followed me for miles are breaking in the wind. I thought I'd lost the light somewhere between then and now, but it was waiting all along above the northern sky. Maybe healing isn't finding every answer that we seek. Maybe it's just waking up and feeling strong enough to leave the way we carried yesterday beside the road behind, and trusting what awaits us beyond the morning line. Under the northern sky, I can finally see ahead. The mountains look a little smaller than they did inside my head. And every step I've taken, every wrong turn, every mile has brought me here beneath this light. Under the northern sky, the wind is softer now. The horizon feels wider, and somewhere in the distance the road begins again. The sun came up this morning like it always does, across the fields and rooftops, across the things I was. I've spent years chasing answers down roads that disappeared. Somewhere in all that distance I found myself standing here. Not every dream came true, not every fear was real, but every mile had something to teach me how to heal. There's still a road ahead, beyond the hills we cannot see, and every step we've taken has become a part of me. There's still a road ahead, no matter where the journey bends. The story isn't over yet, the road ahead begins again. I carried old tomorrows like stones inside my coat, holding on to memories that no longer need Time has a way of teaching what words never could explain. Sometimes moving forward means walking through the rain. The sky won't stay this color, the seasons always change, but change is not the ending, it's simply how we grow. There's still a road ahead, beyond the hills we cannot see, and every step we've taken has become a part of me. There's still a road ahead, no matter where the journey bends, the story isn't over yet. The road ahead begins again. I used to think the destination was waiting somewhere far away. Now I know the journey was shaping me each day. Every goodbye, every mistake, every turn we couldn't understand brought us here. There's still a road ahead, beneath the ever-changing sky, and every light we've left behind still shines somewhere tonight. There's still a road ahead, and I no longer need to know exactly where the path will end to keep moving down the road. There's still a road ahead, beyond the hills and morning rain. The story isn't over yet. The road ahead begins again. The horizon keeps unfolding, the world is waking slow, and somewhere past the distance a new story waits to grow. The road ahead begins again.